Okay, so in this section, we will talk about the accounting entries for purchase side under GST regime. Okay, so we will keep on looking at some examples and keep talking about the key concepts. I think these entries are enough to compare or to complete all the scenarios which are needed from GST point of view, especially from 11th standard. Okay, so let's move on. So this is an example. Let's read the example. Purchase goods by ABC traders in MP from Jay and Company, which is also in MP, worth 50,000. GST rate is 18%. So since it is intra-state, there will be CGST and SGST, which will be 99% both. So total GST will become 18%, right? So now we have to pass the entry in the books of purchaser, which is ABC traders, right? And we will assume that the transaction has happened on credit basis, right? So look at this now. So goods value is 5,000, 50,000. What is CGST? 9% on 50,000 is 4,500. What is SGST? Which is 9% on 50,000, which is again 4,500. And the total is 59,000 rupees, right? Now, how will you account for this transaction, right? So what is coming in? You are purchasing goods, right? So purchase account will be debited. How much is the value of the goods? 50,000 rupees. So first and foremost, what you will do, you will debit 50,000 rupees, right? Now you have CGST and SGST, right? CGST and SGST is an input credit which you are going to receive, which you can adjust it in future payments, right? So in that case, the input tax credit will become an asset for you. So you will debit input CGST 4,500, input SGST 4,500. And since it is not mentioned that you have paid the cash, so you will create a creditor, right? J and Company 59,000. So how much money you have to pay to J and Company is 59,000, which will be for purchase of goods is 50,000. CGST and SGST which you have paid is 4,500, 4,500 each. So this is the entry, right? Why CGST and SGST are debited? Because it is recoverable from the government. You are creating an asset in the form of CGST and SGST, and it is recoverable from government. And creditor, which is Jain Company, is the creditor because we have to pay him. There can be a scenario where you have paid the money. Let's say the question says pay the money, and already this amount has been paid. Or the question can say that you have purchased, ABC Traders has purchased goods in cash from J and Company. So from in place of to J and Company, it will become cash or bank, whatever is the case, right? Okay, great. Let's move on to the second example. Purchase goods worth rupees 50,000 by ABC Traders MP from supplier, which is Mohan Traders in Maharashtra. Okay. So here buyer is in MP and the seller is in Maharashtra. And GST rate is 18%. So you have to pass the entries in the books of ABC traders. Now, since a person sitting in Maharashtra is selling goods to person sitting in MP, there will be IGST, right? There will be IGST. So let's see what will be the breakup. So goods are worth 50,000. IGST, complete 18% will go as IGST, which will be 18% of 50,000, which is 9,000 rupees, and the total bill value would be 59,000. Now, what will be the entry? Again, purchase account will be debited, which is 50,000. Mohan Traders will be credited 59,000. And in place, if you see the previous example, you had input CGST and input SGST. Now you have input IGST only, which is 9,000. So the complete amount of GST will go to IGST account, right? Now let's move on. The highlights here is purchase is always debit because it's an expense, right? Based on the basic rule of accounting. GST on purchase is asset, basically input tax credit. It is not an expense. It is recoverable from the government, right? There are situations where it is not recoverable. We will talk about it later, but the examples we are doing of goods purchase, etc., we are considering that it is an input tax credit, right? When it is intrastate within the state, then you will have input GST and input SGST. And when it is from one state to another, like Maharashtra and MP Maharashtra, MP Goa, MP Chhattisgarh, whatever, there will be only one interstate tax, and that will be accounted as input IGST. But on that particular item, the rate will remain the same, right? So let's say the GST rate is 18% in our case, and it's an intra-state sales. So you will consider 9% as CGST, 9% as SGST. If it is interstate sale, then entire 18% will be considered as IGST, right? Okay, let's move on. We have considered purchase of goods. Now we will have the entry or example of purchase of asset, right? So let's see this example. Purchase furniture worth 1 lakh rupees in Madhya Pradesh. GST is 18%, right? And invoice value will become 1,18,000. Buyer is ABC Traders in MP. Seller is Mohan Traders in MP. Now we have to do the entries in the books of ABC Traders. So what will be the entry? Entry is simple. In the previous example, we have purchased goods, right? Here we are purchasing what? Furniture. So furniture account will get debited by 1 lakh rupees. Input CGST 9,000. Again, 9% of 1 lakh rupees. Input SGST 9% on 1 lakh rupees, which is again 9,000 rupees to Mohan Traders, which will be 1,18,000, right? So in this way, this entry of purchase, intrastate purchase of asset. Now interstate purchase of asset, right? Simple. Let's keep the same example. Here the value is only changed, that you have purchased good worth rupees 2 lakh rupees from, and you are ABC Traders in MP, and you are purchasing from Mohan Traders in Maharashtra. So what will be the entry? The entry would be machinery account debit 2 lakh rupees, input IGST 3,600, which is 2 lakhs into 18% is 36,000, and to Mohan Traders it will be 2 lakh 36,000, right? So this will be the entry for interstate purchase. In the next video we will do on GST on services. Okay, thank you.